Looking to talk about the best basketball conference in America? Then you've come to the right place. Hope you grab your kicks. Welcome to the long-awaited debut of Big East Shootaround, the new exclusive digital weekly show about Big East basketball, a year-round conference of hoops, and we're here to cover it every week. We need your engagement, your interaction. We'll take your questions, comments. We are on Fox Sports Go, the Big East Facebook page, at Big East on Twitter, a special feed on our Twitter feed, and we need your comments and questions, folks. Your interaction is the key to the show. I'm John Fanta, humbled and honored to be your host, and I'm alongside Big East Digital Network correspondent Jay Alter. Jay, we've been waiting for this day, and it's finally here.
Big East basketball does not stop, and finally, we're here to bring it to you each and every week. You know, John, people say, summers are slow when the games aren't going on. There's nothing to talk about. Not true. Big East basketball does not stop 365 days a year, and actually going on right now, the Butler Bulldogs playing in Spain as part of their preseason tour. It just doesn't get better.
That's exactly right. It's more than hot dogs and hamburgers around here. Butler heading to Spain under new head coach Laval Jordan, and how about some canoeing?
Stick to basketball, fellas. That's a poor canoe stroke there in the back. And we need better than that.
Who better to be with than a champion, Manu Ginobili?
You never know who you're going to run into on the streets of Spain. And Keelan Martin, happy birthday, big fella, celebrating with an extra scoop of paella. And there's just, you know what, no better way for a new head coach and a new team to bond than off the court in Spain. And, oh yeah, they played some basketball too.
They did. Keelan Martin, as well as Kamar Baldwin knocking down that three-pointer. Paul Jorgensen, the George Washington transfer. Give me all three of these. Butler looking to accelerate the pace under first-year head coach Laval Jordan, and their guard play is going to be intriguing to watch. Baldwin taking on an increased role as a sophomore.
Oh, he had such a good freshman year, and of course the Bulldogs coming off a Sweet 16 appearance, but have a new coach. And look, when you're in Spain, it's having so much fun with your buddies. That's what summertime's all about.
I'll tell you what, though. Here on Shootaround, we don't start with the appetizer. We start with the fun. We're already getting to dessert right now, and there's a night in Milwaukee that parents will remember for the sugar high that was happening around the community, and they have Marquette basketball camp to thank for it. This is Matt Helt, Marquette big man. He's got to make this for the kids to get ice cream.
Oh, he got it! Off the backboard and in! Rush the truck! Wojo's picking up the tab! How awesome for those kids! And then could he do it back-to-back weeks?
I scream, you scream.
He does! Swish!
We all scream.
Pandemonium in Milwaukee!
For some ice cream. Woo! I mean, come on, the kids all getting ice cream.
Coach, we appreciate it. You sending us out some ice cream.
I mean, this is tasty.
What summertime? This is summertime. This is what it is.
My summer started with hot dogs.
Basketball and ice cream, that's what you're going to get here on Shootaround. But we got to give you some facts and figures as well. Yesterday, the Big East attendance numbers coming out. All 10 schools in the top 100. Creighton, the Blue Jays, number 5.
Exactly. As if they had to improve anymore. They were in the top 10 in the national improvement as well. Marquette, number 19, as they continue to fill up the BMO Harris Bradley Center, and the Big East tournament at Madison Square Garden, number 2 among conference tournaments across the country. They celebrated 35 years.
Sorry, just had to finish up my ice cream there.
I'm still eating. I'm still going on it. But what else do we got?
Well, we got slam dunks, okay? We saw Butler in Spain. We like to look at the preseason tours that are going on with all our schools. We said, send in your best dunks. Here's the slam dunk contest. I'll be the judge, okay?
We got the scorecard out. Let's start with St. John's.
It's a group submission from the Red Storm. Some solid dunks, nothing too flashy. Brian Trimble, new recruit, getting in there. A solid 7 for the Johnnies to kick things off.
It's been the summer of Kyrie Thomas.
Hello!
Emphatic.
Woo! Put it on a poster. That's a 9 for Kyrie Thomas.
That is crazy good from Kyrie, but now we've got the baseline.
You've got to be. I need another look. I need another look.
Jamal Cain from
Slow
Marquette.
it down. Windmill off the side of the backboard. That's a 10. Nothing's beating that.
We got one more.
Woo! Between the legs.
Get to know the name Kai Ashton Langford with an exclamation point. I mean, I can't even scratch the surface with that.
Ed Cooley has got to be happy seeing the replay of that dunk from his star freshman. Got to give it a grade. I've already given it 10.
What do you
Let's go 11. Let's go 11.
See,
There's your winner.
Hey, gotta
Give it
break
to the
some
Friars. Give it to the Friars. Oh, so much fun.
The altar scale goes above and beyond.
Hey, and if we've got some dunks in the backyard, send them in. We'll grade those too, Big East fans. I got the scorecard ready to go. Those drive-by dunks.
That's right.
I love it.
Maybe there's another player out there who's got something, but we've got more than that because during the summer, we were in Brooklyn in June.
Night.
We had full coverage as 3 Big East players were selected, and there was a lot around the NBA that involved former Big East stars.
Lonzo Ball there, some of the biggest names that'll be entering the NBA, but our guy, Justin Patton, the Big East Freshman of the Year, and what a night it was for Patton getting selected in the first round by the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, and he goes beyond the typical 7-footer, Mr. Alter, because he can hurt you from anywhere on the floor. Can shoot the 3 well. The Omaha suit, he barely fits in the tunnel. That's how tall he is.
Wins the wardrobe game as well. Dressed to the nines there that night in Brooklyn and getting introduced with head coach Tom Thibodeau. But that was just the beginning.
Who deserved this more to get selected in the first round? Josh Hart, national champion.
Big East Player of the Year, and there he is keeping the number 5. Josh Hart going out to Magic Johnson in the rebuilding project in Los Angeles. We wish him well. And then Edmund Sumner, Xavier great, going to the Indiana Pacers in the second round.
It says it all that this guy had his season end due to an unfortunate ACL injury, and yet still jumps off the screen. 2 NBA scouts. He gets selected right near the end of the night, and that capped off. It was a fun night, but there's more than just that, Jay.
The Big East blockbuster trade of the night. Marquette's Jimmy Butler joining with Creighton's Justin Patton in Minnesota. In exchange, a couple of players headed to Chicago. We'll point out the Providence standout. Chris Dunn headed to the Bulls, and also Chicago signing off waivers Ryan Arcidiacono after he performed so well in Summer League, showing that guys can get an opportunity at that next level.
This shows that hard work pays off. Vander Blue, an LA Laker.
Jeannie Buss, the owner, shouting out the former Marquette man, and this is what it's all about. Big East guys taking their chance in Summer League and getting a contract in the NBA. We wish the best to Vander Blue. Awesome that Jeannie Buss gives him the credit he deserves, helping the Lakers win that championship in Las Vegas.
We end with what I think is a crazy note. This is fun. This is something. You got some Darren Rovell in you here.
Kyle Lowry inking a huge monster contract.
Wow.
3 years, $100 million, makes him the 4th highest paid guy in the league. Then Gordon Hayward. Huge news here for Butler fans. The reconnection, Brad Stevens and Gordon Hayward, the bromance is back, if you will, and he comes in number 6 in your active NBA contracts. And then Otto Porter, number 17, the Georgetown Hoya, signing a max deal to stay in D.C. with the Wizards.
I know Butler fans were absolutely elated by Hayward. And how about the money that Kyle Lowry is bringing in? And he has been sensational in the NBA. Jay, we will check in with you in a little bit. But first, we've got a lot coming up. The Seton Hall senior class, they've been to back-to-back NCAA tournaments, and we caught up with them last week in the New York offices. But before we do that, we turn to arguably the best year in Big East history. In 1985, St. John's and Georgetown played an epic series, meeting twice in conference play, in the Big East tournament title game, and at the Final Four. Every matchup was a top 5 showdown that featured the nation's number 1 ranked team at the time. The headliners for those main events were some of college basketball's biggest personalities on the sidelines and 2 pillars of Big East hoops on the court, Chris Mullin and Patrick Ewing. We start on January 26th. St. John's claimed round 1 in D.C. with a 66-65 win at Georgetown to knock off the top-ranked Hoyas. With Chris Mullin and Walter Berry combining for 34, the Johnnies snapped what was a 29-game winning streak for Georgetown. Just over a month later, on February 28, 1985, St. John's and Georgetown met again. The drama at the world's most famous arena came before even the tip arrived, though, with sweaters as the story. In terms of the game, it was the 7-footer Patrick Ewing who led the way for a big win. 20 points, 6 blocks, and the Hoyas rolled 85-69. It was only fitting that these 2 teams met again for the Big East tournament title on Saturday, March 9th. Offense was the story, but Ewing led the way to a 92-80 victory for the Hoyas, giving Georgetown their 2nd straight tournament title. Arguably the greatest season in conference history continued with a Big East party in the Final Four. Georgetown would beat St. John's again, 77-59. It was the third Big East team in that Final Four, though, Villanova, that won the national championship. Now, Ewing, a two-time Big East Player of the Year and a 1985 National Player of the Year, as well as Mullen, the three-time Big East Player of the Year and Wooden Award winner, are back at their respective schools as the head coaches of the Hoyas and Red Storm, respectively. That's why the reunion of St. John's and Georgetown is so highly anticipated heading into 2017-18.
Put back no good. Delgado another chance. This time it's good. Sanogo for no-go. Get out of here. Exclamation from Desi. Johnson. Boy, Carrington dives for the ball. Foster let it go.
Well, they have put together quite a run. The Seton Hall men's basketball senior class now looking to go to their third straight NCAA tournament this upcoming year. It is Angel Delgado, Ismael Sanogo, Khadeen Carrington, and Desi Rodriguez that join us here in our shoot-around studio. Guys, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, doing good, man.
Well, it's great to be with you guys. And the lead off-season storyline, I got to go right to it. Mr. Delgado, back in May, everybody was pleased to see that you would be returning to the Pirates for your senior season. Why are you coming back to Seton Hall?
It's a lot of things. The most is for my guys. I kind of want to finish with what we built since we came together here and came back to get my degree. It's only 1 year. That's really important in life. Basketball is not forever. I think it's one of the big things that you got to get in life.
I'll ask you guys this. Desi, how'd you find out that Angel was coming back?
Kind of spoke to him. I was kind of with him during the process, so, I don't want to be, if it was an opportunity for him to take, I wanted him to do that, but at the same time, I definitely wanted to finish out what we started. So I kind of had like an impact of him coming back. I think me and Khadeen, most of the guys that came in together. So I kind of wanted him to come back and play for his last year.
Angel, what's that relationship between you and Coach Willard like?
Coach is like a father. Since I came to the school, he been as a father to me. He take care of not only me, he take care of everybody, and he treat everybody the same. People like that you don't find everywhere. So he's like a father for me for life. It's not only for like these 4 years. I hope like we always keep like being close like this, and I hope keep coming to the school all the time too, and keep being part of his life, and he be part of my life.
Khadeen, when looking at your group, you guys have had to go through adversity. I mean, I look back to your freshman season. Those were some tough times, but you've always said that you're that much stronger because of it. Obviously, experience helps you grow, but why else have you guys been able to stick together throughout this journey, produce back-to-back NCAA tournament berths?
I think just staying together, just believing in ourselves. Like you said, our freshman year was tough, but we knew how good we could be, so we just put in the work and then we just produced. So just believing in ourselves, that's basically it. Let's
turn to this conference. 7 teams in the NCAA tournament a year ago. Desi, how do you as a player approach the Big East grind?
It's one of the toughest conferences in the country, and I feel like our team is one of the best teams that's going to compete. So 7 teams going into the tournament, that shows a lot from last year. Unfortunately, we fell short in the first round again. So this year, I think we coming in this season more focused, and with the new guys, we kind of try to be leaders, and we being better leaders. And I think this year is our breakout year. I don't want to speak ahead of myself, but we definitely grinded all summer, and when the season starts and when practice, the first day of practice, we definitely want to take everything serious.
I'll ask the defensive stalwart here. You've faced a lot of the opposing team's best offensive players. Who are those toughest players to guard in this conference?
Who are the toughest? This is not in any order. I'll just give you random players. Jenkins from Nova, he's very tough to guard. Can pull from anywhere. Josh Hart just plays extremely hard.
You're probably happy those two are not in the league.
I'm so happy. We don't have to deal with them anymore. Creighton's Marcus Foster is an animal. There's plenty of other players right now. I just can't think. But overall, the conference is tough. It's not It's not a whole bunch of people that just stick out from the rest.
Do you notice the difference when conference play begins?
Oh, definitely. They know our sets. We know their sets. Everything's tighter. Everything's, grittier. The refs hold their whistles a little more. It's just Big East basketball.
The game is always close. Big East games always close. Big East, you don't understand. Like I'm so proud to be in this league right now because it's so tough. Everybody play hard. Everybody play with heart, and that's what it is, man. This is not for everybody. This league is not for everybody. I always said it. I was gonna say it.
Who's the funniest teammate here? I'll stick with you, Ish.
Who's the funniest? It has to be a tie between Angel and Desi, man.
And why is that?
I can't keep it together around these two, man. They're just hilarious. I don't know. Their antics are crazy. Khadeen's up there, too. As a matter of fact, these three might be the funniest people I know right now.
Is that where that bond comes from?
It definitely is. It makes it a lot easier to talk to them all on and off the court. It's like they give me like a brotherly feeling.
We really like some type of. We always together. We do everything together. We make fun of each other. Nobody get mad. It's something like we treat ourselves like brothers, and that's really good.
Desi, I see that connection not only between you guys, but what the fans don't see on TV and during games is when I see you guys sit down on the bench, Coach always has some sort of a message. Can you speak to that kind of that coachability of Coach Willard and Coach Holloway?
Yeah, those two guys you kind of don't know what you're getting from every day. One day they really mad at you, and one day they're really happy with you. And coaches, I call Coach Two-Faced because he'll scream at you and he'll make you feel like you're playing bad, you're doing something, but then like 5 seconds later, he said, "You playing great," and he just said he was playing hard. I don't like. He kind of confused me. So them two guys is kind of funny, man. Shy is never happy. no matter how good you're playing or what you're doing great, he's never happy. He always got a mean face, but he's a great guy off the court. That's every time he smiles. So them two guys is great, and I'm happy I'm being coached by them.
Khadeen, how much has Shah been important for you in your development?
Just him playing here, going as far as he did. It's just great to learn from him. He played the position I played, so I just learn a lot from him every day. Like Desi said, he's never happy, so I hope we make him happy before we leave. I got my own problem.
It's before we let you guys go and have some fun. All the outsiders have said, all the national people have made big projections for you guys. What are your expectations?
We expect to, play hard and win. That's what we expect from each other. We can't let outside expectations from other people and the hype get to us. We have to stay humble, stay in the gym, work hard, and everything else will take care of itself.
I'll say one more thing about this and this conference, and I saw it from you guys especially last year. But Angel, when you get to Madison Square Garden in the Big East tournament, and last year you pretty much knew it, this year you could as well, that you're probably going to the big dance. You're going to head to the NCAA tournament. But how much does that Big East tournament still play significance for you?
Big East is everything, man. Like, I remember every single game. I never gonna forget no games in there. It's crazy because every time before the tip, I always nervous. I always shaking. I gotta get the first rebound or get the first 2 points so I can loosen it up a little bit. But it's tough, man, because think about it. I'm not from this country. I only watch Madison Square Garden from the TV. I never be able to touch that court, and every time I come here, it's a bless. And it's a bless to be here and play in there.
Well, guys.
And win.
And win. And I know that that's on your minds. The Seton Hall men's basketball team has gone to back-to-back big dances for the first time since the program did it from 1991 to 94. Now these guys are looking for a third straight berth. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
On paper, the Musketeers bring in the #1 recruiting class in the conference and a top 10 recruiting class in the entire country. 5 impact players headlined by dynamic guard Paul Scruggs. The 6'3" product out of Indiana averaged nearly 20 points a game, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 8 boards. Ranked number 30 on the ESPN Top 100 for good reason. Simply put, whether it's scoring himself or setting up teammates, Paul Scruggs is a playmaker. And the point guard has company in this class. Scruggs is joined by fellow top 100 recruit Najee Marshall. The 6'6 small forward was recruited after averaging 18.7 boards and 4 assists in high school. Joining Marshall on the wings for the X-Men, Elias Harden, a shooting guard from Georgia who can straight up shoot. Harden averaged 21 points a game in high school and is not shy to pull that trigger. Rounding out the class, small forward Jared Ritter, the number 2 recruit out of the state of Missouri, adds impressive depth to a great group. And it's safe to say head coach Chris Mack loves his new crop of talent.
I think we answered the bell when it comes to versatility. We wanted players that could complement one another. We wanted to get really good size. Felt like we got that. We're really excited about the class.
And can you believe Chris Mack adds even more talent to a team that went to an Elite Eight a year ago? It could be a great year for the Xavier Musketeers. All right, time to head back to our Seton Hall Seniors. We're going to find out which one of the Pirates knows their teammate Angel Delgado the best. John?
Here we go. We've got a shoot-around edition of the match game like you've never seen it before. The best big man in the country, Angel Delgado. What is he thinking? If anybody knows what he's thinking, it's you guys, right? I mean, hopefully, yeah. Now, at Media Day, we tried Heads Up. That was kind of, how'd that go?
Terrible.
Let's restart. That was really, yeah, you could talk. You don't. You could pass the,
Pass?
if you can't give it
Right.
a picture, you can move to the next one.
Pass A.
Pass and cut.
Passing.
So with that in mind, let's bounce back here, right?
Yep.
Here we go. First question, what would Angel's favorite food be?
They know that one.
Sounds like a no-brainer to me. So boy, I
They
do
know
like that.
They know that.
I like my Uncle Ben's every now and then.
I don't know that.
You don't know the orange box?
No.
All right. No. All right, here we go. Angel Delgado's favorite food. Desi, what'd you guess?
Pollo, rice, and beans.
Rice and chicken.
Put everything.
Put everything. I mean, that could. And Angel, your answer?
Rice and chicken.
Rice and chicken. So a point to Desi Rodriguez and Khadeen Carrington. You're on the board. You're on the board with favorite food. Let's move forward here. Go-to song. Cue the music. Go-to song. You guys can write in your answer. I don't know that one, but we'll start with Desi Rodriguez. Desi.
Save me.
Khadeen.
Save me.
Save Me. By who? Who's it by?
Hey, Boogie.
Hey, Boogie.
Ismael.
Save me.
And
Big Mel, too.
Save Me. Now, what kind of song? Can you sing it? Can somebody sing it, or how does it sound?
Save me.
Save me.
I'll have to learn.
They know, they know.
Let's move on to what Angel Delgado thinks is the toughest place to play in the Big East.
No.
He's changing it up. That's just how tough it is, folks. It's so tough to get an answer. Well, it's difficult to get a win just about anywhere. But let's go with Khadeen.
I got 3 answers.
You got 3. What do you think is the one that Angel put?
I just got 3 answers.
You still got 3 answers? I got 1 answer. You got 1 answer.
Butler.
Butler.
Butler!
See, that was one of my answers. Look,
was
I had
thinking
Nova,
that too.
Crayon, or Butler.
We gotta
Nova,
redo
Creighton,
that one
Butler.
again. We gotta redo that one.
I might add, the
Oh,
last
Butler?
time you played there, you won there.
That was a party.
That was a party. That was
That
a
was
big
party.
Saturday. And who hit the big shot?
Miles Powell.
If you could go on vacation anywhere, where are you going?
They know.
Oh, yeah, we
Oh,
know.
probably. I mean, it's like a hanging curveball
They
on
know,
the
they know.
plate. You know, go-
DR.
Yeah.
can you give us a DR dance?
Yeah, they are.
Can you give us something?
Nah.
Not a thing. All right, I know you guys, because I've heard this at least through fellow students, that you're big into video games. So what game is Angel Delgado playing?
I'm a gamer.
Yo,
He got every game, though.
I play every game. Every game.
He got games that we don't know the names of. You know what I mean?
Who's the best gamer on the team? Is there somebody that...
Me.
What? They both quick. And I get out of my room, they start running. Every time they lose, they run, so I don't tape it.
Well, that's not right. Who's a quitter? Why are you guys quitting?
He quit more, though.
Are you leaving 2K
You know-
games, like in the middle of them?
Look, you know what he do?
Yeah.
You beat him by 20, so he get over slowly. And he run right away. Oh, that's
Best rapper in the game right now, to Angel Delgado.
That's rapper?
Yeah. You
They
think
probably some Spanish dude.
like
Oh, so it's not even somebody that they would know?
Nah.
All right, we'll move on.
I would put somebody from here.
No. Yo, he's stealing my answer.
Well, you can match each other. You can
Yeah.
stay
My
within
answer.
one if he's stealing your answers.
Huh?
You could give the same. I still got
All
one
right.
more question.
I would say my answer.
Don Q.
Meek Mill. Meek Mill.
I hate Big Man. Drake.
Drake.
They're not a rapper.
Yes, he is.
He is.
Wait, what do you mean he's not a rapper? He's definitely a
What
rapper.
he is? He worked at McDonald's?
He's a pop artist.
Do a little rapper. I think he's got
He's a-
acting in him.
Yeah, he everything.
He do everything.
Last one. What do you think Angel thinks is his favorite Seton Hall performance? His best game?
His best game?
There's a couple to choose from.
What do you think his best game is?
Yeah, what would he think?
I think I
Here
got
we
an
go.
idea.
You can feel the intensity.
Damn.
Something's on the line. It's not quite March, but it's you can feel it rising in here. Are we all good?
No hints, man.
Here we go. Hey, I don't know his answer. He could have said a game against anybody. Desi.
Some game versus Georgetown. I don't know.
Okay,
It gotta be versus
Khadeen.
Georgetown.
We got 20 and 20.
It's not a game.
Yes, it is a
it is.
game. He had 20 and 20 against
Versus who?
21
You
and
gotta
20
say
against
versus
St.
St.
John's.
John's.
21 and 20. Well, let's see what it says.
when you almost had the triple double at the Garden.
And what
Yeah.
did you say? I think it's down to those two. What did you say?
Not a triple double.
Yeah, that's what I
Near
said.
triple double.
He didn't say that.
We play Marquette.
He
at
said
Georgetown.
Georgetown.
The near triple
I gotta see
double.
my stuff.
It's
I
a
forgot about
2-point
that
question.
Yeah.
So Ismael Sanogo rallies from behind to come
I
back.
forgot about that.
Look into the camera right here.
Come on, problems.
How about Ish coming all the way back from behind the win, John? I'm wondering if I were in Angel's shoes, how many questions would you get right about me?
I know you like horse racing a lot, and you're a Chipotle connoisseur.
That's good enough for me. He wins. You had no competition, though. So. All right, we've been monitoring the Facebook posts throughout the show. We've got a couple for you. John, I'll ask the questions, you answer. First one coming from Kyle. What stadium food are you most excited for this upcoming season?
Let me think here. I gotta say, I can never turn down a cup of chili. Skyline at the Cintas Center and Xavier basketball. I mean, is there a better combination? I love my chili in Cincinnati. So for me, it is just that.
You're devastated that Ike's Pie Shop, we don't know if it will be making the switch.
I'm really intrigued to see what Wintrust Arena
Right,
has
they-
to offer
they need
in terms
Ike's.
of pizza. I really need good deep dish. I think I'm going to get it there.
All right, some basketball questions now. Which Big East freshmen are you looking forward to, or are there a couple that are in the mix?
Omari Spellman at Villanova
Yep.
is going to make a big-time impact with the loss of Darrell Reynolds, and he's going to give them post-scoring. He is a legit big. Watch out for Omari Spellman, Jay, because this guy is going to splash onto the scene in Big East hoops right from the get-go.
And then another new face to the league, Justin Simon, a transfer coming into St. John's. Expectations, what can Simon do for the Red Storm?
Well, he's 6'5". I love his frame, and St. John's has several backcourt weapons. So this is a kid that's transferred from Arizona. You look at what he was recruited as, and now he's making a new way for himself. This is a backcourt weapon that at 6'5" has a little bit of length, so he's going to be a tough matchup for opposing teams.
That's enough X's and O's for me.
That's right. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Back to ice cream. No. Really, and we can talk basketball. Well, John Fanta can talk Big East basketball for 24 hours, but there's so much in this league that goes beyond the game of basketball that's played on the court. A new segment we'll end the show with called Greater Than the Game.
That's exactly right, Jay, and I'm really excited about this segment every week on Shootaround. I was talking to DePaul's Joe Hannell earlier this week, a rising senior men's basketball player, and he was telling me about how the Blue Demons student athletes, 9 of them, went to Guatemala this past summer for service. Joe is actually the one who proposed this trip to DePaul Athletics Administration, and they approved it. And 9 of them went out there to our Little Brothers and Sisters Orphanage. They learned about Mayan culture and civilization, and Joe said it was such a great experience. Wrapping up with DePaul and being in the Big East put us in a great position to be able to change the world. That's why Joe, in this upcoming year, is going beyond that service and now looking to do even more in the Chicago community.
A phenomenal story and a great note to end our first episode on, John. And we're going to have hopefully a story like that that takes us off the court every week here on Shootaround.
And we're continuing to open up Shootaround with a bang next week. Butler head men's basketball coach Laval Jordan has returned home. He will join us on the show, and you teed it up.
I did. I went out to Villanova. Jay Wright challenged me to a closest to the pin contest. I won't tell you how it went. You'll have to tune in next week.
Jay had a collarbone injury.
Right.
That in golf.
Just getting the swing back.
I mean, you got to join us next Thursday, 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Facebook Live, Fox Sports Go, at Big East on Twitter. We're on iTunes as well. Give us your questions for Coach Jordan throughout this upcoming
Keep them coming.
week. And be back here. Bring your kicks. Come hang with us next Thursday. He's Jay Alter. I'm John Fanta. Thanks for joining us on the premiere of Shootaround.